You're going to be losing money because the deal could have been closed a month from now, but since you didn't get these things taken care of, you got to go back on the market, you got to go back to the showings, you got to go back to the offers, and then you're going to ultimately get another inspection done, and then it's going to start the whole process over. What's going on? My name is Anthony Johnson. I'm a real estate agent in Miami, and I'm also the creator of Allioo.com. And in this video, we're going to talk about having a bad inspection report when selling a property. If you are selling a property and the inspection did not go so well, you want to always be professional and never take it personal. I understand that we're all human, and you may feel some type of way when you have a buyer saying that they want X, Y, and Z fixed, the property is in bad condition, they don't want to move forward. It's easy to take that personal because it's your property. But remember, you're selling it. And remember, you always have to remain professional, and you always want to look at the situation through the lens of the buyer. In some cases, the buyer is a first-time home buyer and they're scared. They don't want to buy a property that has issues with it. So don't take it personal. Take a deep breath before you respond to your agent, and always try to work with the buyer. You're going to get a list of items that the buyer has issues with. And just a reminder, with that inspection period, a buyer can back out for any reason. You don't want to have your buyer back out of the deal and lose that time and have to go back on the market because of a bad inspection report. Typically, you want to go after the big things because you want to make sure that the property is livable. So if there's an issue with the AC unit, that's a big deal. If there's an issue with plumbing, that's a big deal. So you want to address the big things. Now, in some cases, buyers are nitpicky. Not to take shots at them, but some people are nitpicky. Certain things you may want to acknowledge, but you don't want to, you want to focus on the bigger things. So if there's some smaller things on the list, you want to acknowledge it, and depending on the actual list, this is case by case. If it's all small things, you may just want to give a credit to get that taken care of. Now, when it comes to the big things, you don't want to just blindly credit based off of the inspector's estimates. The inspector is not a contractor. They're just giving an estimate. It could be higher or it could be lower. You want to make sure you have someone go out, and if it's the AC unit, the inspector is an inspector. They may or may not have a side business. I believe that'll be conflict of interest, but you want to hire someone that deals with AC units. You want them to come check it out and give you a more accurate estimate on what it's going to cost to fix it. Now, you can take it in your own hands and make the repair, or you can offer the credit, or you can also adjust the price, but it's typically going to be a credit or a repair. When it comes to deciding on whether you should fix it yourself or to offer a credit, being an agent that worked on both sides, I always recommend to just offer a credit. On the buyer side, I would always advocate that my clients will ask for a credit instead of having the seller repair it themselves. You don't want to have a seller cut corners because they're selling a property, they don't care, and they don't do a good job. They just have a handyman come and make something look like it works, or just they don't fix it properly and professionally, and then that AC unit breaks after the transaction is closed. And in some cases, the seller is adamant that they want to fix it themselves because they can do it at a cheaper price. That's case by case. If that is the case, you want to, as a seller, provide proof that you had it repaired by a professional and have it repaired by a professional. So you want to weigh out your options. You want to make sure that you have someone come out and give you an actual estimate. And if you want to fix it, make sure you do it right, provide all the documentation to the buyer, or you can just offer them a credit. Now, when it comes to the negotiations, again, always remain professional. Don't scream at your agent. It's not your agent's fault. It's not anyone's fault, but you may want to have a second opinion. You may want to have an inspection done yourself. Thanks for watching the video. I just wanted to share that I've taken my real estate experience and created my own tech platform called Allioo.com. The platform allows condo owners to be able to list their properties for selling for rent more seamlessly while creating transparency for all parties involved. Condo owners get access to a dashboard where they can see their stats for their listings while being guided through the transaction with videos and articles. And buyers, tenants, and agents can make offers instantly to condo owners. But let's get back to the video. I personally recommend to have an inspection done before you actually even list the property, just so you already know what needs to be repaired. And to even go further, I believe if you own a property, you should have an inspection done every year, whether you're doing it yourself or you hire a professional, just for preventative measures. But if you don't do that before you list your property, you should have it inspected professionally to be able to assess any issues with the property so that you can make repairs before listing it, so there's nothing to be found when an inspection is done, or to provide the buyer with some transparency in regards to the condition of the property. Now, in Miami, one of the biggest things that pops up is mold. you want to make sure that you handle that mold situation properly. You want to make sure that you have it remedied quickly and professionally. That will kill your deal. Painting over the mold, do not do that. Not only do you want to be a professional when you're selling your property, is you want to, I would hope that you want to have a clear conscience. You don't want to do shady stuff like that because you wouldn't want it to be done to you. In Miami, a lot of the sellers may not be in the States or may not live in Florida. So if they don't have a tenant in place, the property might go vacant for some time, or the tenant may not take the best care. You want to make sure if mold is found, you get it taken care of, and you get it taken care of professionally. Other issues, again, big or small, address every issue. You want to let the buyer know that you're selling them your property in good faith. So you don't want to just ignore them or just say, hey, walk away from the deal, because it's going to pop up for the next buyer when they make the inspection. Then you're going to be losing money because the deal could have been closed a month from now, but since you didn't get these things taken care of, you got to go back on the market, you got to go back to the showings, you got to go back to the offers, and then you're going to ultimately get another inspection done, and then it's going to start the whole process over. So overall, if you have a bad inspection report, make sure that you address it promptly, professionally. Do not take anything personal, and you want to work with the buyer to make sure that you come up with a solution to make sure that all parties are happy with moving forward after the inspection period is done. I hope that you found this video valuable. If you did, please like the video and make sure you subscribe. Ask any questions you want in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.